Rick Ross always knew 50 Cent was a problem. He had seen how ruthless he could be in rap beefs, how he dismantled careers with ease, and how he turned every battle into a personal mission. But there was a moment when Rick Ross realized just how dangerous 50 Cent really was. A moment when it became clear that this wasn't just about rap anymore. This was war. Their feud had been brewing for years, fueled by diss tracks, lawsuits, and social media jabs. But at first, it seemed like just another rap beef, entertaining for fans, but nothing truly life-changing. Rick Ross had survived plenty of battles before. He had built an empire, risen from the streets, and proved he wasn't just a rapper, but a businessman, a mogul, a force to be reckoned with. But 50 Cent wasn't like the others. He had a different energy, a different level of persistence, and Ross underestimated just how far he would go to win. It wasn't just about lyrical shots or exposing past secrets. It was about total destruction. And when 50 set his sights on someone, he didn't stop until he got what he wanted. It started with music, diss tracks flying back and forth, with Ross taking shots at 50 and 50 returning fire in a way only he could. But then 50 made it personal. He started digging, looking for weaknesses, looking for ways to make Ross's life miserable. And he found them. The first major blow came when 50 Cent exposed personal details about one of Rick Ross's baby mothers, Tia Kemp. Not only did he bring her into the feud, but he also sat down with her on camera, making her talk about Ross in ways that no man wants to hear. It was humiliating, calculated, and pure 50 Cent. He wasn't just responding to Ross. He was taking the war to another level. But that was just the beginning. 50 had resources, money, and a relentless mindset. He wasn't just here to trade bars. He was here to dismantle everything Ross had built. He launched a full-scale attack, mocking Ross's past as a corrections officer, questioning his street credibility, and making sure the world never forgot about it. And Ross felt it. He saw the way 50 moved, the way he operated like a general in a war zone, attacking from every angle. But instead of backing down, Ross fought back. He dropped his records, kept pushing his brand, and refused to let 50 dictate his future. But the problem with 50 is that he doesn't just fight to win. He fights to make sure you never recover. One of the biggest moments that proved how dangerous 50 really came when he released a full-blown cartoon series mocking Rick Ross. Most rappers would stop at diss tracks, maybe a few social media posts. But 50? He invested time, money, and energy into making sure Ross looked like a joke. And the worst part? People watched it. They laughed. They spread it. But the real dagger wasn't the jokes or the music. It was the power move 50 pulled that nobody saw coming. He took the personal beef and turned it into a financial war. 50 Cent was a businessman first. He knew how to make money. But more importantly, he knew how to make others lose money. And that's where things got dangerous for Ross. 50 Cent, known for his strategic mind, found a way to legally attack Ross's empire. He got involved in lawsuits, hit Ross where it hurt, and forced him into battles that had nothing to do with rap. It wasn't just about who had the better lyrics. It was about who could survive the longest. Ross, for all his success, had to navigate one of the most intense battles of his career. He had money. He had power. But he was up against a man who had already survived the streets, the music industry, and corporate warfare. 50 had already faced enemies who wanted him dead, who wanted him gone, who wanted him silenced. And he had beaten them all. So when Ross realized just how far 50 Cent was willing to go, he understood something that many others had learned before him. 50 doesn't stop. He doesn't get bored. He doesn't walk away. Once he locks in on a target, he stays on it until there's nothing left. For Ross, the battle with 50 Cent was a lesson in warfare. He had built his career on resilience, on proving doubters wrong, on pushing through every challenge. But he had never faced someone like 50 before. This wasn't just a rap beef. This was a battle with a man who played by his own rules, who never let an enemy breathe, and who turned every feud into a life-or-death situation. In the end, both men survived. Ross continued building his empire, dropping albums, expanding his businesses. 50, as always, stayed winning, whether it was through music, television, or business moves that kept him one step ahead of everyone. But deep down, Ross knew the truth. He had faced one of the most dangerous men in hip-hop history, and he had learned, firsthand, why 50 Cent was a nightmare for anyone who crossed him.